Okay, so we bought this camper van and it had a Waeco fridge. People said that the fridge was working. Of course it wasn't. Anyway, after about a week or so I thought I'd pull it out. The first thing I noticed, everyone was saying that these the fixing screws are here, but on this particular setup it's not. It's in this frame here. So basically there was fixing screws all the way around here, which I've undone, and then the whole thing pulled out. So what was happening initially, the fan was on constantly, which is there, so that was a good sign. I knew there was power getting in. If you look at this little control box here, although the circuit diagram very simple, it does say that the red is on top, and then you've got it doesn't actually say where the red and black are. But anyway, this is the original wiring. So the first thing I did is pull this pair off here and check they had 12 volts coming in, which is good, yes. And interestingly, they doubled up the feed to the light, which is this pair here. It's just an interior light for the fridge. And they'd used a little jumper type connectors, and that had broken off, so I basically just bodged on the feed to the light is just bodged straight onto the power source coming in, yeah, 12 volts, and the light works. Right, so what was happening was the fan was on constantly, and then the compressor here was just sort of kicking in for about 5 seconds and then turning off. So I didn't know what that meant really. So the only way I could look at this was, here we've got the thermostat, and there's 3 wires basically, looks like they're control wires. You've got these 3 here, yellow, grey and white. Now they're disappearing into the fridge itself. So if we look over here, we can see yellow, grey and white, these 3 here. Now the yellow is coming from the compressor going to the stat, which is here. And also the white is, yeah, which is feeding back into the PCB, which is a little controller box. So I mean, it's a simple bit of kit really. I mean, all you've got is 3 elements here. So I'm figuring that there's a control voltage will be coming from the stat. You know, I don't know how many volts it will be, and that will be fed from the white here. So I just took a wild guess, half expecting me to blow the fridge. So what I did, I checked the voltages on the grey, yellow and white. There was varying voltage on the grey. There was a static 2.5 on the yellow. So I guessed that 2.5 must be the control voltage. So I basically bodged those 2 together, as you can see. It's just a temporary thing, you know, to what I believe to be bypassing the stat. And guess what? It worked. So it fired up, and you can listen to it. If you put a screwdriver on the compressor and then put your ear to it, you can actually hear it going, which is a great help. So you can literally know that that's working. And then if you feel the elements here at the back, that should be getting warm, which it is. The compressor is also getting warm at the bottom. I can feel that. As before, it was just ambient temperature. So it's definitely working by bypassing the stat. So you say, let's put a new stat in, they all say on YouTube, etc. Well, the stat is in there. How the hell you get this off, I do not know, without forcing it, breaking it. But anyway, if I open up the freezer box, that's getting very cool now. So I can either do a manual stat or try and figure out how to get that housing off, but it's just going to be a pot basically in here. I don't know what level it will, but how it works, but there'll be a little pot which will I don't even know where the sensor is. It must be in there, I suppose. But I guess this fridge has been off for a long time. It does look like a very old one. and perhaps the actual sensor, I don't know, just dates. But that's a little workaround for anybody who's wondering what the hell's going on. I've just basically bodged the yellow and the white together. This, I believe, is bypassing the stat, which is here, yeah? Does that make sense? Very simple. How these cost 500 quid, I just don't know. It looks like 100 quid fridge to me, but there we are. Right, over and out from Plymouth. Thanks a lot.